Can we stop with the backhanded compliments? Compliments like
I think he's one of the greatest Mexican fighters that has ever done it.
compliments like Andre Ward saying that Canelo Alvarez is one of the greatest Mexican fighters ever. Shout out to Andre Ward. But we don't say that Andre Ward is one of the greatest American fighters ever. We simply say he's one of the greatest fighters ever. We don't say that Mike Tyson is one of the greatest American fighters ever. We don't say that Lennox Lewis is one of the greatest British fighters ever. We don't say that Manny Pacquiao is one of the greatest Philippine fighters ever. They are one of the greatest fighters ever. Terrence Bud Crawford is one of the greatest fighters ever, not just American. Y'all acting like Canelo Alvarez is some domestic fighter. Well, since everybody like using AI, I asked AI what a domestic fighter is. So in boxing term, a domestic fighter refers to a boxer who primarily competes within their own country rather than an international stage. Breakdown of the meaning. Domestic means within a specific country. A domestic fighter typically competes in a national titles, British, American, Mexican titles. Regional rivalries within their own country. Local promotions or events. They may not yet have fought internationally or for major world titles. Exactly my point, folks. Stop saying that Canelo Alvarez is just a great Mexican fighter. Like if he's not one of the greatest fighters ever. That's something that we say about domestic, like people that are good fighters that are good, but just can't make it out of Australia, right? Can't make it out of the UK, can't make it out of America, can't make it out of Mexico. You understand what I'm trying to say? Canelo Alvarez is one of the greatest fighters ever. I'm tired of this. Well, Canelo Alvarez is one of the greatest Mexican ever. You know who only plays this stuff? American analysts. American boxing fans, American media, independent media, boxing channels, or whatever you want to call it. Why y'all trying to pigeonhole Canelo Alvarez like he's just the greatest Mexican fighter ever? He's a Salido. He's a Salido, and even Salido was a world champion, right? Canelo Alvarez is one of the greatest fighters ever. Now look, you already know this is Punch Run Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, right? I don't know why they played this with Canelo Alvarez. I know that a lot of people are frustrated with Canelo Alvarez because of his performance and stuff like that. Losing to Terrence Bud Crawford, the 5-division world champion, 3-division undisputed world champion, first battle Hall of Famer. He proved me wrong, yo. He proved me wrong, but guess what? I seen greatness. I witnessed greatness at the end of the day. It's all right. I could eat my crow soup. I'm choking on crow bones. I'm choking on crow feathers. Yeah, at the end of the day, that doesn't mean because Terrence Bud Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez, we got to erase everything what Canelo Alvarez has done. At this time, we praise Terrence Bud Crawford, but we praise Terrence Bud Crawford as one of the greatest fighters ever. Canelo Alvarez is one of the greatest fighters ever. Say it with me. One of the greatest fighters ever. He's not a domestic fighter. A lot of people saying, what's next for Canelo Alvarez? Now they saying, oh man, Canelo Alvarez got nothing to prove. He should retire. I mean, Canelo Alvarez didn't have nothing to prove even before the Terrence Bud Crawford fight. Canelo Alvarez had nothing to prove even before the Edgar Berlanga fight and the Munguia fight. He hasn't had nothing to prove for a long time. He didn't. I mean, we all wanted to see Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez, and that was the matchup that we all wanted to see. Now, I don't think that that's a big matchup because, of course, Terrence Bud Crawford did upset Canelo Alvarez, right? I think that, I put it this way. If Canelo Alvarez, because I do think that his legacy took a little bit of a hit. Unfortunately, it is what it is. That's what it is. Where right now in the sport of boxing and in life, it's so many opinions, right? It's just like Roy Jones Jr. When Roy Jones Jr. lost to Antonio, after he beat John Ruiz and became the heavyweight champion of the world and stuff like that, everybody was talking about Roy Jones Jr. That's some GOAT talk. Top five. Roy Jones Jr. But then when he came right back down, he had the controversial victory versus Antonio Tarver. I wanted him to retire. I was a Roy Jones Jr. fan. I feel like there was nothing left for him to prove. And I said one time, if y'all follow the channel, I did a video. I did several videos and several lives throughout the years. And I said that Canelo Alvarez is going to have his Roy Jones Jr. moment. And he did have his Roy Jones Jr. moment versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Because his legacy took a hit. His legacy took a hit like Roy Jones Jr. when he lost to Antonio Tarver and then got knocked out by Glenn Johnson. Because in the books, on paper, he was not supposed to lose to Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, I know somebody going to be like, what you mean it wasn't supposed to lose? Let's be honest. He was the favorite. He was the guy that had been in the 168-pound division for quite some time. We saw how Terrence Bud Crawford performed in the 154-pound division, right? And that's why I couldn't predict, I couldn't break down Terence Bud Crawford going up 2 more division up to the 168-pound division and beat Canelo Alvarez. Now, some of y'all going to sound like y'all geniuses and stuff like that. At the end of the day, I wanted to break it down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively, of course. And am I comedic with it? You know, my chocolate thunder. Yes. My chocolate thunder. Hold my hand, chocolate thunder. What a victory. Come to my sweet. You know? So, but we all can't get it right. We all can't get it wrong. Hey, yo, I said that Terence Bud Crawford was going to beat Earl Spence worse than a car accident. Guess what? I was right. A lot of people was mad. Earl Spence fans was mad. I got it right. This one, I got it wrong. Okay, it is what it is. But Canelo Alvarez, I think if he wants to earn his respect back or to get him back to that stature where he once was, he should fight David Benavidez. Beat David Benavidez. How about that? How about this? Go to the 175-pound division and fight Dimitri Bivol. I know a lot of people are going to be, but a lot of people are going to respect Canelo Alvarez for saying, you know what, he tried to get his get back. Or maybe a rematch with Terence Bud Crawford. I think a rematch is good for both men. I think they're going to make more money than they made in the first fight. I think it'll be more intriguing, especially the way the championship round was. I mean, if they could start the way that they ended, it'll be explosive because, you know, in the beginning of the fight, it was kind of, but the second half of the fight, it got real good, especially after the 9th round when Terence Bud Crawford really started to put some hands on Canelo Alvarez, trading Canelo Alvarez, staying in line with Canelo Alvarez and taking his punches. And that's what really captivated the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fan. That's how Terence Bud Crawford actually won the boxing fans, when he took the punches of Canelo Alvarez and started dishing it and taking it. And he was the one that was actually better in the exchanges. That won the hearts. Now, what Terence Bud Crawford could do next. One of the greatest American fighters ever. Just like Canelo Alvarez. I think that Terence Bud Crawford, if he's going to stay in the 168-pound division, I think that he should give his boy, a guy that never had the true opportunity, realistic opportunity in Demetrius Andre or a Jamal Charlo fight. If he want to go back down to the 160 and become a 6th-division world champion, 4th-division undisputed world champion, he could stay with a couple of fights, and I think a Lara fight will be good. Lara did retire Danny Silva Garcia. Danny Silva Garcia beating Terence Bud Crawford in the amateurs and stuff like that. I think he's coming off a good win. I think that will be a good fight. Or maybe a Genebek that got 2 titles. Carlos Adames, both of them, these guys have, Terence Bud Crawford and Carlos Adames used to spar each other out here in New York City in Gleason's gym. That'll be a good fight. It won't be like the name. If he wants to fight somebody in a catchweight like Jermell Charlo at 160, you know, the winner of Fundura and Thurman, that would be good. I think that Terence Bud Crawford, like I said in the other video, he could really capitalize off his Crawford era money may run. Right now, Terence Bud Crawford is the face of boxing. It's pound for pound number 1, 2. You can flip it around with Usyk. But I'm gonna go live tonight, and we're gonna be talking about, per resume, who you think is truly the best fighter in the last 4 or 5 years, right? Look at the resume of Dimitri Bivol. Look at the resume of Usyk, and look at the resume of Terence Bud Crawford, who had the most difficulty, who had the most challenges to become the #1 fighter in the world. I know right now we living off the moment. Canelo Alvarez, Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Bud Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez, and that he should get his time of praise. And it is what it is. Boxing keeps going. This is Punch on Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Shout out to all the greats of this sport.